Hello everyone. Today's my topic is right of arrested person. So I'll begin with the phrase innocent until proven guilty. In context to this phrase, it's very obvious that in India the burden of proof to prove any allegation lies upon the prosecution. Until and unless an accused is proven guilty, he or she cannot be considered as a criminal. An accused who is sent behind the bars in undergoing trial is considered as an trial prisoner. People often mistook an accused person for a criminal. In reality, the accused person is an entity who has been alleged to have committed an offense. Under the criminal justice system, an accused is a person against whom the first information report is registered. The law structure of India is such that it does not offer rights for the victims of prosecution, but it also enshrines right for an accused under which they can seek protection from criminal liability. The intent behind this gesture was basically to safeguard the rights of an accused person involved in a criminal trial who are mostly prone to get their rights violated. So rights an arrested person possesses, there are different sets of laws which provide different sets of rights to a person accused of an offense. The need for these rights come along with the progress of the stage of criminal matter, being the pre-trial stage rights, trial stage and post-trial stage rights. In general, the rights of an accused person, whether at pre-trial, trial or post-trial stage, are as follows. First right is to produce before the magistrate without unnecessary delay. Every accused person has been vested with a right to be produced before the magistrate having jurisdiction or a police officer in charge of the police station under section 55 of CRPC within 24 hours without any unnecessary delay in accordance with the condition of the arrest. Right second, a right to know about the accusations and offense under which the accused has been charged for. An accused person, when arrested by the police, must be informed about the grounds of arrest. Under section 50 and 75 of CRPC governs this right. The accused must know all the offences that have been alleged against him. It is the duty of an officer to declare complete particulars of the offence for which the accused is being arrested. Right 3. Right against wrongful arrest. Any wrongful detainment of a person is against the law, and every accused has a right against such arrest and detentions. These rights are provided by the Indian Constitution under Article 22 Clause 2 and Section 57 of the CRPC. Every police officer will produce the arrest person before the magistrate within 24 hours of arrest. A writ of habeas corpus can also be sought as a remedy by the accused to challenge unlawful detention. Fourth right of privacy and protection against unlawful search. Our Indian Constitution clearly states that no person shall be deprived of their personal life and liberty except in accordance with the procedure of under Article 21. Criminal law prescribed a procedure for a issue of a warrant in order to conduct searches at a person's residence. The accused person does not lose this right even after his arrest. Fifth right against self-incrimination. Every such person who is engaged in a criminal proceeding provides a statement that enlightens the fact of that case. If an accused person is obligated to answer each question raised before him or by any officer, the accused has the right to not answer those questions that can go against him or incriminate him. He cannot be forced to become a witness against him. Hence, right against self-incrimination, which is provided under section 161 subsection 2 of CRPC and Article 20 clause 3 of the Constitution, governs right against self-incrimination. Right 6, right against double jeopardy. And seventh right is right to keep silence. Next right is right to examine by the medical practitioner. The accused person should be informed about his right to examine medically under section 54 of CIPC in case he has any complaint of physical torture. Right 9, right against the ex post facto law. Respective effects means the introduction of a new law and its implementation to take effect even before its introduction. In India, a person has a right against this type of effect of law under the Indian Constitution. Article 20 clause 1 states no person shall be convicted of any offence except for violation of the law in force at the time of commission of the act, charged as an offence, nor be subjected to a penalty greater than that which might have been inflicted under the law in force at the time of the commission of that offence. Right 10th is right to bail. right? 11th is right to legal aid. Section 304 of CRPC enumerates that when a trial is conducted before the court of session, the accused is not represented by the legal practitioner, or when it appears that the accused has no sufficient means to appoint a pleader, then the court might appoint a pleader for his defense at the expense of the state. Next, this right to free legal aid for the purpose of securing justice is provided under Article 339A of the Indian Constitution. This right has been also explicitly stated in case of Khatri versus State of Bihar, in which the court elaborate on the right to provide free legal aid to the indigent accused person. The right of accused person cannot be denied even when the accused fails to apply for it.